ALLDAY project is causing a stir of controversies in the K-pop community. But why though? They seem to have just debuted, and already many people dislike them and are leaving malicious comments. Subscribe to not miss out on what's being talked about in the K-pop community. Teddy's label has launched the ALLDAY project, featuring 5 members. The lineup includes both interesting and familiar faces. Youngso, a former member of ALLDAY's initial debut lineup, was recruited by the Black label for this co-ed group. Netizens are also pointing out that Moon So-yoon, promoting as Annie, is the granddaughter of Shin Group's chairwoman Lee Myung-hee and the eldest daughter of current chairwoman Chung Yu-kyung. The Shin conglomerate operates one of the largest department stores and duty-free businesses in South Korea. The group also features Jo Woo-chan, who gained fame after appearing on Show Me the Money 6 before debuting. He became known as the youngest contestant in the show's history to reach the finals and later promoted as a rapper. Woo-chan and Youngso share the common background of originally being set to debut under Hybe labels. Woo-chan was also a member of Trainee A, Big Hit Music's planned boy group in 2021, but after the debut was cancelled, he transferred to the Black label. Another member, Bailey Sok, is a well-known Korean-American dancer and choreographer. Another one is Lee Chae-won, promoting as Tarzan, a Korean model and dancer who has appeared in New Jeans' Supernatural MV, IDLE's I Do MV, and Hong Suk-chun's Jewel Box. In beginning, everybody were excited, and especially due to a chaebol being in the group. If they promote her as the Shin daughter, this group definitely won't go unnoticed. If the song is just decent, they'll probably do well. And seeing dancers and known performers in the lineup, the stage presence will likely be strong too. The group photo seriously gives off 90s vibes. This feels fresh. What kind of combination is this? No way. Now I'm curious about the stage. Bailey Sok is debuting here. Huh. Ooh wow. So the Shin granddaughter is a good dancer? She gives off a model vibe. This is exciting. But of course some international people didn't like a massively rich person being in the group. You will always be closer to Yumi Hwang than Annie Moon, gagging over somebody who was born into a privileged family that trampled on people and discarded them. Is insane K-pop fans' class consciousness when? But this is not the only one of their problems, as even before they debuted they got into controversies. Tarzan is active on Instagram, where one particular image has stood out to netizens. He has shared several photos of his modeling work, and many couldn't help but notice that in many photos, he has braids in more than one style. He also has braids in a promotion photo of the group. Many called out the idol for alleged cultural appropriation, with some commenting they would have difficulty supporting the group despite their support of the other members. So disappointing. We could have had a perfect lineup with all adults, but he's here just to ruin the group. I hope we can get Black label attention about our concerns. Tarzan is a pick from the group I severely dislike. His excessive use of Black aesthetics and the concept of do-rags and scalped-up braids cannot be ignored. Black label, you all should have known better. Very happy for Youngso, but like seriously, what is going on with this dude? Like, do they have no cultural sensitivity advisors at all at the Black label? Then, some demanded that the member be removed from the group over his alleged support of a convicted felon. In 2023, Canadian rapper Tory Lanez was convicted of 3 felony charges, including assault with a semi-automatic handgun against rapper Megan Thee Stallion. Netizens have found that Tarzan follows Tory Lanez on Instagram and seen that as a show of implicit support. Fans organized to reach out to the Black label. However, some feel that the only action is removal. He's so disgusting he shouldn't be allowed near the other 4, especially the girls. Tarzan is not only a culture vulture. He followed Tory Lanez on Instagram. Just sick. No way the Black label recruited a man who supports abusers. I don't think unfollowing an abuser and apologizing is enough. The man bases his personality on Black culture. He should leave the lineup. Will only bring problems to others. The Black label did not respond to claims from fans. Then 2 days later, the Black label released some more concept photos for the group ahead of their debut, along with a group photo with all 5 members. Individual photos of each member were posted, including of Tarzan. In his image, Tarzan was in a shop wearing a white tracksuit and a unique hat. In the comments, while some fans shared positive reactions to the photo, many still had major criticism for Tarzan and his styling, with some saying the unexpected hat was a way to hide the braids that he had caused backlash for cultural appropriation. Please take those damn braids out. You're too good-looking for this. Hiding the braids as if that would hide your past. Then Annie's social media was under fire. Although Annie has since wiped her page, being a prominent figure even before her debut, many had pre-debut photos of her saved. In a viral post on X, a user brought up her old photos taken with men, friends, or otherwise, and used it to criticize her attitude. They claimed that while Annie had previously mentioned she was dedicated to her dream of being a singer for a long time, her social media photos seemed to prove otherwise. You wanted to become a singer for a long time? Who would believe you when you say that you really wanted to debut and worked hard despite your family's objections if you upload such photos on Instagram? This particular man has been identified as Samuel Lim, a close friend of Annie's. He is close to many celebrities, such as Blackpink's Rose. The other men in the photos have not been identified. Keeping a clean social media slate is seen as important for many idols, especially pre-debut. This is why many trainees delete their socials while preparing to debut. But the post on X was deleted. Following this, another video from Annie's past gained attention online, this time featuring someone who appears to be a different man than the previous instance. In a clip shared on X, Annie is seen being intimately held by a man, who picks her up and appears to kiss her neck as he carries her away. This launched another avalanche of negative comments about Annie's attitude, questioning her pre-debut behavior as someone who wanted to be an idol. What kind of rookie idol has a past like this? I can't help but laugh at how absurd it is. Still, if you wanted to be an idol, you really shouldn't have filmed stuff like that. But honestly, I'm just insanely jealous. Regular people bust their asses for years in school, take the college entrance exam, and work part-time jobs for like $10 an hour just to pay tuition. Meanwhile, some people are born rich, live carefree, and if they feel like becoming an idol, they just can. That kind of insanely privileged life is just. If it weren't for the Shinseiki granddaughter label, someone like her would have gotten absolutely dragged and forced to leave the moment she debuted. Just like Kim Garam. Some have come to her defense, seeing nothing wrong with a young woman potentially dating even as an idol. She's 23, smart, beautiful, rich, and studied in America. What do you expect? Idols are human beings, not your toys. They can date and get married as they wish. Deal with it, or don't support them and find a doll. Despite it all, they did debut and garnered quite the attention with their recently released music video for their latest single, Famous. However, the choreography for this exact track has sparked massive outrage among Korean fans who have accused it of misogyny. It all started from one dance sequence of the chorus. In a recently released TikTok video showcasing the main points of the choreography during the chorus, the 3 female members and the 2 male members do different moves. The 3 girls, Annie, Moon, Youngso, and Bailey, all bend their knees down and get low to the ground. In the same sequence, the 2 boys, Woo-chan and Tarzan, stay up instead of going down and only move their shoulders. This has been heavily criticized by many Korean netizens who accuse the different dances of being a case of misogyny. Back then, I probably would have just thought, oh, this is nice. But now, the feminist inside me is waking up. I'm growling, growling, growling. Stop making women do humiliating dances, for F's sake, in this piece of shit misogynistic world. The guys stand tall with wide shoulders from a low angle, as if they're looking down, but the girls crouch down low and stick out their butts. F hell lol. Just imagine if the guys were made to dance like the girls. The answer's obvious, right? This is bullshit. The girls are shaking their asses while the guys are just standing there with their hands together like they're praying. However, some people started to support especially Tarzan due to his looks. Insanely attractive. The tweet has become a huge topic due to allegations of misogyny related to Kiss of Life's recent controversy. Earlier in the year, the group was under fire for cultural appropriation in a live broadcast, and the members are still feeling the impact, including threats, constant hate, and it seemingly being the reason they pulled out of KCON. Netizens shared anger that while many netizens are hyping up Tarzan, Kiss of Life is still feeling the impact despite several apologies, pointing to the misogyny and how female idols are treated much harsher than male idols. Kiev got threats and apologized 4 times while this dude has people licking his toes. Goes to show what a disadvantage being a woman is in society. A female idol does this and she would get dragged for 2 years straight. Once again, K-pop stans are willing to forgive men for the same things they drag women. But what are your thoughts? Thank you for watching and see you next time.